Yo, what is good guys, back here with another YouTuber video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my honest thoughts and opinions on something going on in this wacky weird world that people decided to call professional wrestling. As you can tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts and opinions on Sami Zayn, formerly known as El Generico, I think, allegedly, even though El Generico was helping people down in Mexico kind of deal where Generico's from and whatnot. But either way, when it comes to Sami Zayn, I would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on him down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. And when it comes to Sami Zayn, I will fully admit, pre-WWE, I was not necessarily a fan of him. He, of course, was known as El Generico back in the day, and I only watched the last year and a half or so of his ROH run. Started watching in like the fall, fall time of 2011. By December 2012, he had his last match and left. Kind of deal. Got signed to WWE around that time period as Sami Zayn, and during that year and a bit of him in ROH, I thought, okay, yeah, I can see why he's popular with the ROH crowd, kind of deal. But he wasn't my guy, kind of deal. Like Kevin Steen, Jimmy Jacobs, those two were the two biggest reasons why I started watching ROH back in the day. Then he, or WWE, or both, decided that he would wrestle unmasked in NXT, which smart decision then and now, kind of deal. And during that initial probably year and a bit run, 13-month run, give or take, from whenever he debuted up until February 2014, favorite time of Sami Zayn. Yeah, was it cool that in December 2015 he won the NXT Championship, feuded for a couple of months with Kevin Owens? Yeah, but that first run of just good match after good match after good match in NXT, favorite time at that point of Sami Zayn. But now, him in the Bloodline, favorite part of Sami Zayn, of everybody in the Bloodline, honestly, right now is my favorite part of their entire career and whatnot. But when it comes to Sami Zayn, is he good in the ring? I would say so. Is he good on the mic? I personally, again, would say so, considering that I don't think English is his first language. He was born and raised in the province of Quebec, which is, I should say, primarily French-speaking, especially back when Sami Zayn was growing up, a French-speaking province and whatnot. So I assume that English is not his native tongue, so him speaking on the mic is impressive and whatnot. Gimmick, he's able to change it up often enough, which I appreciate, but it's something else that I really appreciate. It's like the human of Sami Zayn. Like, it doesn't seem to myself personally, like, to me, he's a successful professional wrestler, sports entertainer, and from what I've seen, personally, what I've heard of Sami Zayn, kind of deal, from other people, it has not got to his head in the slightest, kind of deal, which is pretty gosh darn cool and whatnot. But when it comes to Sami Zayn, it's one of those success stories, I would say, on the independent scene, kind of deal, like where it was this ginger French Canadian somehow, I don't want to say got out of the Canadian independent scene, but in comparison, it wasn't as good back in the day when he was coming up. Somehow broke out to the States, kind of deal, was a success, in my opinion, down in the US, and then somehow made it to WWE, was a success in their developmental got to the main roster. There was bumps and bruises along the way, but once he hit his groove, he was a success again, in my opinion, on the main roster. So it's definitely an inspiration, like Sami Zayn, the wrestler, but him, the human, again, comes across from people that I know, that I've met him more times than I can care to admit, kind of deal, have continually said that he's still, I don't know for sure if humble's the right word, but he hasn't let the success that he's had got to his head, kind of deal and whatnot. But yeah, honestly, I don't want to say I'm a big fan, supporter, mark of Sami Zayn, because I don't think I have any of his merch. So I wouldn't say I am a mark or a big supporter, but I will fully admit, whenever I see him cut a promo or wrestle a match, especially if it's in Canada, it just hits differently than somebody else who also might be Canadian, kind of deal and whatnot. But yeah, honestly, Sami Zayn is one of those guys that I would purposely seek out to watch, but I wouldn't consider him one of my guys, so to speak, and whatnot. But either way, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification, of course. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. More importantly than any of that, hope you guys are doing okay mentally, emotionally, and physically.
The world that we tend to make up is nothing but a fantasy until you wake up. I feel like I'm just lying to myself, yeah. Cause I just crossed the line like I'm playing offside. Do it how I want and I'ma do it till I die. Feel like I'm just lying to myself, but it's